You don't have to have a big garden to meet a significant portion of your food needs. By the way, it's raining and cold out. Hello and welcome to Greta's Garden. I'm gardening to provide a year-round supply of homegrown vegetables. And, well, for me, that means for 4 months of the year, direct from garden to table. And we dine like kings and queens. And for the rest of the year, that means storage. I have a small backyard vegetable garden. Now it's growing every year. I add space to it and I'm up to 700 square feet now, but it's still a small garden. And I set my self-sufficiency goals within that. It's time of year I'm already into my storage vegetables. And every year I show what I've stored. So I thought we'd do that today. I think it's important for me to show that. You know, you can see me outside saying, this is how I plant this is how I plant that, this is how I prep my soil. But the proof is in the pudding, Greta, you know. And for me also, I have to see what I've got, and then that's how I go from year to year. If some vegetables running low, that's okay. We just stop eating it and we'll eat other things. So today, let's go through what I've got stored. Hopefully, if you're a new gardener, you know, I don't want anyone to ever be intimidated to try or to just think, oh, she's got a lot of space. I don't. Or, oh, she puts so much effort into soil prep or this or whatever. It's important, but you find ways that you don't have to do that. And my one goal is us eating cost effectively. So let's see how I've done. Now these are all vegetables that work in my climate and that store well, that I specifically chosen for those reasons. So we'll start with the humble potato. I have some in my pantry. These are for my immediate cooking use. I store them in these bags, and I've got a few in here. Wow, these are huge. Got some really big ones in here. And I have some stored away in my utility room. So it's a little cooler in my utility room here, but I only have 4 boxes, and there are 2 and some are 3 layers deep. And that is plenty for us. We're not, you know, full-on meat and potato eaters, so we don't need all that many. And I've given up my quest of full year-to-year self-sufficiency in potatoes because they just get to a point where they're not too great anymore. And that's okay. If we need to buy a bag of potatoes during the final stages of the hungry gap, then I will. But I have many other vegetables I rely on first. I'm trying to make things easier and haul it all out. So these are some of the vegetables that I have stored in my vegetable crisper in the fridge, and I store them there all year in plastic bags. They store wonderful and will get me right through. First here is the rutabaga. These are the smaller ones. I have, I think, about 6 in my garage that are larger. These will get me through a full year. So we don't eat, say, rutabaga or Swede mash per se. They go in soups and stews and other foods, but I know that these will carry me through. Then I have my parsnips, and the same with those. I'm always amazed at how long they look like they'd be a bit more susceptible to, you know, not lasting so long in storage, but they work so well in my crisper. Again, I may make the odd parsnip soup and whatnot, but for the most part, these are added to foods, so these will stretch right through the year for me and last. There are a couple of celeriac there. I also have, I'm not sure how many, maybe 6 again,
of the largest parsnips stored in my garage. Then we come to these little carrots. These are the last ones I pulled out of succession plants. I've been digging away at these, picking away. And yes, we will get through these I don't know. I'll spread them out. That will last me a good couple of months, no doubt. And I'll show you what I've got out in the garage with these. So in this container houses mostly carrots. And I've packed them in the end right up to the top. But I also have some turnip and parsnip in there. I will pull those as needed and just make sure they stay fit in there with probably a wee bit of moisture. And back in the darkness of my garage, I have 3 buckets of carrots. Let me pull this one out to show. So much later in the year, I'll get into these ones. And they didn't grow as large as I had hoped. I do this every year now, and I don't know why these didn't get to the size I wanted. But surprisingly, though, they're going to be perfect sizes. So I have 20 in each bucket, so that's 60 more carrots. Now these next vegetables are all from my freezer. I will freeze certain vegetables that we enjoy eating that way. Not every vegetable do we enjoy frozen. But Bruce and I don't eat canned vegetables, maybe canned corn and canned tomatoes, but nothing else. So this really works for us. And I tried to do them in baggies so it's compact. These 2 bags fit along with tons of berries. I've got bags and bags of berries. I won't bring those out. Blueberries, strawberries, well, black currants, red currants, I've been going through those, but lots of berries, partridge berries. But these fit nice and tidy, and I've got lots of space left for meats and things in the freezer. And then I also have the storage of the fridge freezer. So I've pulled a lot of those out too that are there for my easy grabbing right away while eating. So I'll bring you down and go through these. Okay, we have eaten our way through so many of these vegetables already. This is what's remaining and what's in the freezer, and that I set aside specifically. So these are shelled peas, and that will get me through the year. We've eaten a lot of broad bean dips. My son loves it. So this is all I've have left. I usually have a lot more. Actually, I think there's another bag. However, this will get me through. And when they run out, they run out. No big loss. This is celery. This is a hefty size bag, and then some smaller ones. Definitely will get me through the year. Here is potted beans. We've eaten a lot of these. Should have been more frugal, but no, you enjoy it while you have it. So this is what's remaining, but you grab a handful, and this will stretch them out probably through the year. Definitely I'll make it work. Now we'll show you some of these. Okay, leeks. There's leeks. And I just brought these out. These are, my freezer also has a lot of these in storage. I haven't brought them all out, but there's some carrot tops, which obviously have some onions in it too. So this is for flavorings. Celery leaves. Celery leaves I use a lot in flavoring. Just some celery left over. Those will go in stalks. So I use them as, when you're racking meat, I layer leeks leaves and celery leaves and even carrot tops. That's your flavor for your gravy. Tomatoes, I wish I could say that I had tons of tomatoes, and these I would can, but just don't have a greenhouse and not quite for my climate, so we do what we do. I do have to buy tomatoes. So here is what I have now. They'll probably just go into me making sauces. I have some sauces ready-made in the freezer. I don't make a whole lot of ready-made. There's some tomatoes over there too. I don't make a whole lot of ready-made foods. It's just not how I cook. I like to cook from fresh and just whatever inspires me. So I just grab the ingredients as needed. I'm not one to make casseroles and things and throw them in the freezer. So, beans. I have found a way to use frozen beans. If I put them in Greek bean stews and Italian stews, I've found that they melt down beautifully, braised. So yeah, I've got a few more beans, and these I don't mind. Your snow peas work frozen okay for me, and they've been blanched, so they'll last long, and they'll go into my Asian soups or ramen soups or things like that. So yeah, I'm finding ways to now enjoy those because it's not really our favorite frozen vegetable. Brussels sprouts, they freeze really well, not injured at all if you boil them. So we've had our roasted ones. I still have lots in the crisper that I'll roast, and I have still 1, 2, maybe 3 plants outside, which will provide me for another month or so. Garlic scapes, I just pulled those out, but I've got containers of garlic scapes because I grow 200 garlic. I get an awful lot of garlic scapes, but I use those. They do not go to waste. Throw them in all kinds of things because it's just an added vegetable. You don't even know they're in there. It's a great, lovely, mild flavor, and it just stretches your meals when you throw extra in. Now I'm going to run over here. So I've got frozen green onions, lots of those. They're hidden all in here, and I've got a lot in the other freezer. These are just some beets. I'm testing this out. I've never had frozen beets, so I'm going to see if we like those. So I've only done 2 packages, and hopefully we like those. Then, greens. Got lots of greens, and I certainly have bags of dandelion greens, which I'm not showing here because I forgot. But I will just boil some greens, saute some greens, lightly steam them, various ways to use these, and or throw them into bases of meals. I just found some strawberries in the bag, bottom of the bag there. I didn't know was there, so that's strawberries. Onions have been in some of my videos, so you've probably seen them. I have counted these out, and I think I still have 146 remaining. Yes, I physically counted them. Part of my understanding what's left in my food capabilities. So they'll do me right through, because onions I start getting early in the season from the garden. That's from these type, my multipliers, and my walking onions. So what else have I got? Oh, and I've got lots of these little ones that we use up daily, actually. So they're quite a help for me. So that's my onions. Now I have squash. As few and sad as they might appear, they will get me through. I will just use them sparingly and enjoy every moment of them. So they're scattered here. And then beets were a dismal fail for me. I got 0. So these are from the farmer's market. Bruce does enjoy a pickled beet, so I got 20 pounds, and I probably made, I don't know, 13 jars, I think it was. He's going through those. I have replaced any form of relish with my spicy zucchini relish. We love that now. No need for me to ever buy that again. And it is something that I enjoy canned. We don't eat many pickles. This is blueberry syrup, which is a joy to eat on ice cream, or it's just a special treat for us. It's maple syrup. What else have I got? That's it, aside from all my herbs, my teas. There's some Christmas gifts in here, my celery salts, my thyme, my lavender. Yeah, I didn't get many dried beans. Literally, that's it. That's my dried beans, so I have to rely on my demi-sec frozen ones. But it was a wonderful year last year for them, not meant to be this year. Here's some apple cider vinegar, apple scrap cider vinegar that I'm making right now. And for my garlic, I have 70 left after I've planted another 200 in the garden. Again, these will get me from year to year. hopefully that's a little bit of insight of what I like to store in vegetables for our family needs, how I like to store those, again, for our family needs. We all like different ways of eating or enjoying our meals, or different meals, and produce that you'll concentrate on. But that's mine. Tell me about your stories, or maybe you're inspired by ours. Please let me know. Please remember to subscribe, and we'll see you next time.